Assalamualaikum and good day. We are Group C and today we present our comprehensive study on a prominent figure in Malaysian dakwah, Dr. Abdullah Sudin Abdul Rahman, the President of Halwan. Our study is unique because it's a combined two approach. First, we conduct an individual assignment writing (IAW) to study his biography based on a exclusive face-to-face interview we conduct with him in 2025. Secondly, we perform a content analysis study (CAS) on three of his key speech to understand his intellectual thought. Why we chose Dr. Abdullah? Because he represents a unique blend of a professional technocrat and spiritual leader. We utilize qualitative method, analyze interview transcript, and YouTube speech achieved to extract his theme on leadership and society. Okay, I will now pass the floor to Mirul to begin with our
literature. Thank you, Mika. In our literature review, we define Islamic NGO leadership not just as administration, but as a trust amanah from Allah. A leader must guide society toward goodness. This theory is perfectly reflected in the first speech we analysed, the Esa Dinar speech 2040. The central theme of this speech is social responsibility. Dr. Abdullah opens by quoting a hadith that a miserly person, al-bakhil, is far from Allah and far from people. Why a generous person is beloved? His message was clear. University students must not just focus on personal worship, ibadah khusus, but must contribute to society. He argues that faith without contribution is incomplete. To explain the impact of this, I pass to Shauki.
Thank you, Amirul, for your speech. So we move to my part, which is from our CAS analysis. The social impact of this 2014 speech is significant because it challenged the subsidy mentality among Malay Muslim students. Dr. Abdullah criticized their attitude or relying on handout. He urged students to shift from a mindset of receiving to a mindset of giving. He emphasized that true student activism is about sacrifice, which is pengorbanan, for others, regardless of race or religion, citing that charity should be given to anyone in need, Muslim or non-Muslim. This speech was a call to action for all students to build soft skills and become givers in society. But where did Dr. Abdullah get these values? To answer that, Luqman will take us back to his life background. Thank you.
Thanks to Shauki. So my name is Amal Omar Kim bin Al-Hadi, matric number 1233162. In our biography research, I focus on Dr. Abdullah Sudin life background. Born the eldest of 9 siblings. An interesting fact we found is that his father forbade him from learning silat or boxing. His father pointed to his head and taught him that future battle are won with the mind, not the muscles. This advice drove him to pursue academic excellence, earning a bachelor's from University of Malaya and a PhD in Islamic economics from the University of Wales and UK. This strict emphasis on education is the direct foundation for the second speech we analysed. Mengaji biar pandai, perangai biar juruh. In this speech, he argues that a leader is not complete without combining her intellectual capacity, pandai, with noble character, juruh. So next, I pass to Bahaki to explain his career.
Thank you, Luqman, for that presentation. Now I will continue by sharing about Dr. Abdullah, focusing on his career journey, his contribution, recognition, and also his approach to da'wah and its social impact. First, Looking at his journey, Dr. Abdullah began as a civil servant in the administrative and diplomatic service before moving into academia at UiTM Police. There he met Dr. Ustaz Dahlan Muhammad Zain, who greatly influenced his tarbiyah and inspired him to establish Halwan. He later pursued higher education, completing a PhD in Wales, and has led Halwan Malaysia since 1997. In terms of works, his contributions span education, where he served at UiTM and as CEO of College Technology Darul Naim for 12 years, social development and entrepreneurship through collaboration with MARA and other agencies, dakwah and tarbiyah through Halwan, and welfare and humanitarian missions both locally and internationally. For awards and recognition, although he does not hold formal titles like Dato', his leadership is recognized through key positions such as President of Halwan Malaysia, CEO and Chairman of College Technology Darul Naim, and President of Gabungan Professionals Kelantan. Next, his approach to dakwah emphasize three principles: mengaji biar pandai, study to gain knowledge, perangai biar juru, behave with good manners, hidup biar boleh tumpang, live in way that benefits others, and finally, the social impact of this approach is significant by combining knowledge, morality, and social responsibility. Dr. Abdullah Dakwah produces Muslims who are assets to their communities, strengthens social bonds, prevent more decline, and build a harmonious and inclusive society. Dr. Abdullah Sudin is not only an academic and administrator but also a visionary leader in dakwah, integrating knowledge, ethics, and social responsibility. With that, I will now pass the presentation over to Najmuddin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I will continue for IAW, Dakwah in Career, Dr. Abdullah Understanding in Dakwah and his challenges in Dakwah. So Dr. Abdullah shows how Dakwah can be integrated into all aspects of life. He combines intellectual, spiritual and organizational dimension, and his mentorship has shaped knowledge, ethics and leadership. Through Halwan, he has built programs in education, welfare and community development while balancing his career with religious commitments. His strategy emphasizes core Islamic values and structure leadership to ensure long-term impact. So moving on to task analysis for speech 3, kewajipan melahirkan rumah dakwah. For his personal appearance, Dr. Abdullah shows calm, humble and professional presence that build trust and credibility. His main message is the obligation to build an ummah dakwah, addressing four major crises, which is political, economic, social and intellectual, which come from weak iman and akhlaq. He stresses holistic ubudiyah, combining personal worship with social responsibility. In addition, his concept of Islamic knowledge discipline highlights that knowledge must guide action, integrating both religious and professional skills, while strong institutions and structure mentorship ensure sustainable results.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ahmad Zakiuddin bin Nur Amali. My metric number 1233172. Next, for dakwah in career in IAW, Datuk Abdullah Sudin mentor, references and hope is firstly Datuk Ustaz Dahlan Muhammad Zain. Their meeting in Perlis make a turning point in Dr. Sudin's pursuit of authentic Islamic knowledge. Ustaz Dahlan was not merely a teacher but a mentor who brought Dr. Sudin's understanding of the responsibilities. Next, his hope is Dr. Sudin's envisions a Muslim community where every member actively participates in dakwah, understanding that spreading goodness, guiding others and promoting Islamic values is not only the duty of the religious scholars or leaders, but a collective responsibility for all Muslims. We move to the CAS, which is his approach of dakwah used by his speech. Firstly, dakwah as a collective obligation. The video strongly emphasizes that dakwah is not the responsibilities of scholars or organization alone, but a collective duty of the Muslim Ummah. Second, dakwah approach that used by Dr. Sudin is tarbiyah-oriented dakwah. Rather than focusing slowly on preaching, the approach highlights tarbiyah, which is systematic nurturing and character development. The message stresses the importance of producing individuals who are intellectually grounded, spiritually strong, and socially responsible, reflecting a long-term vision for sustainable Islamic revival. Second, dakwah approach that used by Dr. Abdullah Sudin is tarbiyah-oriented dakwah. Rather than focusing slowly on preaching, the approach highlights tarbiyah, which is systematic nurturing and character development. Last, social impact by his speech. Raising awareness of dakwah responsibility. The speech contributes to increasing public's awareness that dakwah is a shared obligation. Audience are encouraged to see themselves as active contributors to social improvement rather than passive recipients of religious knowledge. And second, shaping proactive mindset. By redefining dakwah as a way of life, the content promotes a proactive and solution-oriented mindset. This can influence individuals to become more involved in community service, education, and more advocacy.
To conclude, our study of Dr. Abdul Wasuddin Abdul Rahman revealed a model of integrated leadership. Through the intensive academic writing, IAW, we saw a man shaped by strict discipline and academic rigor. Through the collaborative assignment, CAS, we saw how he translated that background into a clear message. That knowledge, ilmu, and the character akhlaq must go hand in hand. From the subsidy mentality in speech 1 to the Dakwah Ummah in speech 3, his legacy is clear. He has successfully built a movement that integrates professional excellence with Islamic spirituality. He is a true example of scholar activist for the modern world. That concludes our presentation from Group 6. Thank you for watching.